I used to believe that the worst betrayals come from enemies. That was before I learned the kind of truth that shatters your understanding of love, of trust, of the very foundation you've built your life on. It started on an ordinary night. After a family gathering, that should have been nothing more than a happy memory. My wife and I had just returned from her brother's birthday party, and for a brief moment, life felt simple, comfortable. But then her phone buzzed. And in the span of a few heartbeats, my world split in two. Mia and I had been married for 6 years. A quiet, steady kind of love, the kind that didn't burn too bright, but felt like warm, a favorite sweater on a cold day. She was the logical one, the planner, the one who always had everything figured out. I was the laid-back dreamer, the guy who made her laugh when she took life too seriously. We had met through her brother, Danny, at a New Year's Eve party. She'd been skeptical of me at first, calling me too smooth for my own good. But somehow we fit. We built a life together, shared morning coffees, lazy Sunday movie marathons, whispered conversations at midnight when the world was quiet, and it felt like we were the only two people left. Tonight had been like any other family gathering. Danny had thrown a small party at his house, nothing extravagant, just close friends and family. Mia and I had played card games and drank just enough to feel warm, but not reckless. She was glowing, her eyes bright with happiness, and I had felt lucky just to be by her side. We drove home, hands intertwined between our fingers, brushing like old lovers who knew each other's touch by heart. And then her phone buzzed, just once. A quick vibration against the cup holder, but enough for her entire body to tense beside me. I glanced at her. "Everything okay?" She hesitated just for a second. But I caught it. The way her fingers tightened around the phone before flipping it face down. "Yeah," she said too quickly. "Just Danny thanking us for coming." A lie. I didn't know how I knew, but I did. And I should have let it go. I should have smiled and turned up the radio and gone to bed believing in the illusion. But something in my gut told me this was the turn of something I wasn't ready for. When we got home, Mia went straight to the shower. I sat on the edge of our bed, staring at her phone where she had left it on the nightstand. I never checked her phone. Never felt the need to, but tonight, I did. I reached for it, my fingers hovering over the screen, like a man standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing once he jumps, there's no going back. I tapped it awake. A single message glowed on the screen. "I miss you already. Can't wait until next time." My stomach twisted. My hands went cold. It wasn't from Danny. It was from him. I didn't recognize the number. But the message was clear. Intimate. Too familiar. My mind raced through possibilities, each one worse than the last. A misunderstanding. A joke. Some kind of mistake. The bathroom door opened, steam spilling into the bedroom. Mia walked out, toweling her damp hair, looking so effortlessly normal, like she hadn't just hidden a bomb in my hands. I looked up at her, the phone still glowing in my palm. Her eyes met mine. And in that instant, I saw it. The flicker of fear. The realization. The way her breath caught just slightly, like a deer catching sight of headlights. "You lied to me," I said. My voice was quiet. Too quiet. She didn't move. I didn't speak. I held up the phone. "Who is he?" Silence. A sharp, unbearable silence that felt louder than any scream. And then, just as I thought she might deny it, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath and said, "I'm so sorry. Not it's not what you think. Not, there's an explanation. Just, I'm so sorry." And with those 3 words, my world shattered. The rest of the night blurred. Shouting. Accusations. Her crying saying she never meant to hurt me. That it had only been a few months. that it hadn't meant to turn into this. I asked her if she loved him. She hesitated. And in that moment, I knew she didn't even have to say it. I slept on the couch that night. Not because she asked me to, but because our bed, the one we had shared for years, felt like a stranger's. By morning, I had packed a bag. She didn't beg me to stay. Didn't try to spin it into something salvageable. She just stood in the doorway, arms wrapped around herself like she was trying to hold herself together. I didn't want you to find out like this, she whispered. I laughed, because what else was there to do? Yeah. How did you want me to find out? She looked down. Didn't have an answer? I walked past her feeling like a ghost in my own home. I thought leaving would feel like an ending, like slamming a door shut and locking it behind me. But heartbreak doesn't end with a single decision. It lingers. It sneaks up on you in the quiet moments. The smell of her shampoo on a pillow you forgot to wash. The empty seat beside you at the coffee shop. The urge to text her about something funny. Before remembering, she's no longer yours. She reached out a few times. Apologies. Regrets. Words that felt too little, too late. I never answered. Because some betrayals don't need closure. Some truths once revealed can never be undone. And some love stories are meant to end.